Hello, everyone. It's Warriors NRL Fanatics. Hope you're all doing well on this Wednesday afternoon. And just thought didn't think I'd be coming on here to give a bit of a reaction, but here I am to give my thoughts on the news that just broke today, this morning. And just really surprised by it all. But before getting into it, guys, make sure you like the stream. Don't forget to click the thumbs up on the live stream if you haven't done so already. Click the thumbs up button. And if you are a new viewer to this YouTube channel and you haven't done so already, or a returning viewer and you haven't done so, please make sure you subscribe to the channel as we're trying to get on the road to 3K subscribers. And subscribing is absolutely free. And also don't forget, like the video, share the video, hit that thumbs up button if you haven't done so already, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But I'm here to give my reaction to the news that just broke today. I got up this morning, scrolled through the timeline of Twitter, social media, and there it was. Dylan Walker, the club has announced he is granted an early release from his current contract. Now, Dylan Walker's contract was actually going to expire at the end of this year, and there was I know there was a lot of rumours going around last year in regards to Dylan Walker. There was some talks that he may head back to Sydney, to Australia. He has got some family over there. But yeah, well, look, it comes as a bit of a surprise. That's actually, happened right now. And New Zealand Warriors utility Dylan Walker has been granted an early release on compassionate grounds to return to Australia immediately. So that means he will be leaving the club right now. And yeah, he had a 3-year deal at the start of the 2023 season there. And look, according to One New Zealand Warriors CEO Cameron George, he has said here, we were keen to keep Dylan for until the end of the season, but we appreciate he wants to return to Sydney. We really enjoy having him at the club, and he's given tremendous service. He goes with our support and our best wishes there. And Dylan Walker, 232 games as an NRL veteran. He joined the Warriors after 124 appearances for the Manly Seagulls. And of course, his 46th and final game for the Warriors was Friday night's win over the Roosters at Go Media Mount Smart Stadium in Auckland last week. So, look, this is a bit of a real disappointment. It is really gutting because look, the club look for me is just heading in. Well, the last couple of weeks been heading in the right direction. We've had 2 wins in a row. We're going into this week's game against the Tigers on Sunday, and boy, the timing of this is very, very frustrating, very disappointing. And look, I am so gutted with this news. I am so gutted to see this news. Now, I'll be quite completely honest here. The Warriors have always been used as a club for compassionate grounds. And that's me being quite honest and being quite biased and one-eyed. I will say that. Look, family always comes first, no doubt about it. And I wish Dylan Walker all the best, for his journey going back to Australia. And he is also signed with the Parramatta Eels, for those who are wondering where he's going to. But, that is a very good signing for the Eels. And the Eels are going to really love what he's going to bring to their club. But look, for me, obviously it's gutting, it's sad, it's disappointing. What does this mean for the Warriors moving forward? Look, obviously, we've got Sam Healy there, we've got Tamari Martin, so I think that means more of an opportunity for Tamari Martin to come into that 14 spot. Maybe Tamari Martin comes into that 14 spot off the bench now. Does that give an opportunity for the likes of Valmuanga and Haliasima to get more minutes? I think it does now, personally. I think they will get more minutes moving forward, and that probably means that Tamari will come into the 14th spot this week against the Tigers, and maybe he'll take that spot moving forward over the next couple of weeks. But that also leaves a question mark, because it could also mean Tamari goes back to the halves, and we see Harris Tavita go to the 14. So there's quite a few options there for the Warriors moving forward. And look, it is gutting, it's disappointing, and Dylan Walker, he brings so much. He can play in any role. He can play a bit of centre, he can play in the lock position, He can play a bit of hooker. He can come off the bench. He does a job, and that's what Dylan Walker has done for the Warriors over the number of years he's been here. So, look, I think it's very going to be interesting to see what Webster does moving forward. And look, I wish Dylan Walker all the best. Good luck to him at the Eels. It's a big loss, no doubt about it. And I'm not going to deny how big of a loss it's going to be because that's a role that Dylan Walker's been doing so well for us over the years. So yeah, look, look, when I saw that news this morning, when I looked at my Twitter time feed, I was very shocked, very surprised, gutted, disappointed. But in saying that, if you look at the Warriors team, it's got to be the next man up mentality. We've got to believe we have the next man up mentality to come in and do the job in that role. And I think Sam Healy, Tamari Martin could do the role in that 14 role um, off the bench for sure. Obviously, you're going to miss a bit in terms of the forwards though, because you got Sam Healy and Shanaris. Tamari Martin can only play, in the halves. So that's probably the only thing that would probably affect the Warriors. But yeah, look, overall for me, I just think in terms of this news, it's a bit of a shame it's come right away this week where we've got a game on Sunday against the Tigers. It's just really gutting that this news is sort of broken, when things are sort of looking on the up for us in terms of, we've got our couple of wins in a row now. We've got 2 straight wins going into the Tigers on Sunday, and this timing is a little bit and very I'm not gonna lie, it's very disappointing. It's really gutting, to be quite honest, and it's a real shame that it's happened quite now. So yeah, and the thing is, with Dylan Walker, so that obviously means he won't be at the club now. And you know, yesterday we saw the team list for the game, and Dylan Walker was named in that team list to take on the Tigers on Sunday. So that now means that we will probably see a shuffle with Tamari Martin coming into that 14 spot now off the bench. So he will probably come in that 14 on Sunday against the Tigers. So I think that's the way that it's going to go, and I think that's the change we'll see come Sunday. And we'll get to see Tamari Martin. So this means we'll get to see more of Tamari Martin. A lot of Warriors fans want to see Tamari Martin play, and this is now giving him an opportunity with this news that he could, now try and take that 14th spot off the bench. Or, I know a lot of people were echoing him to start in halves with, Harris Tavita, with Luke Metcalf, and people are saying he should be starting ahead of Shana Harris Tavita, but I think Tamari Martin might take that 14th spot over the next couple of weeks, and he'll definitely take that spot this week as well. So yeah, look, overall, I think with regards to Dylan Walker, man, he's done a great job for the club over the number of years. Full respect to him. He's been great in the Warriors jersey, and I would like to wish him all the best. But it really does bug me, annoys me that every time we sign a player, we have him for the first couple of years, and then they decide to go back to Oz. It's just, really annoying. I won't lie there. And it's always the compassionate grounds thing. It's like, look, I'd make a joke about it, but I feel like it's like we're the compassionate grounds club. Um, and that's what it sort of feels like at times. And, that's the thing. You'd hope that the likes of Barnett, Egan, some of those Aussie-based players would want to stay here a little bit longer over the next couple of years, because that's the thing I sort of worry about with this. We've had this for a number of years now. But look, kudos to Dylan Walker, man. He's full respect to him because he's done so well for us. Good luck to him at the Eels there, and the Eels have got a very good player in Dylan Walker. I can tell Parramatta fans that he is going to be a real asset to him, to their side moving forward, because he can play a lot of positions. He can play in the centres. He can play utility very well. So yeah, look, I'd say good luck to him, but it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a real shame that it sort of happened now, going into this week's game, and not the end of the season, because I would have preferred Dylan Walker to probably play out the season and then leave. But it is what it is, right? You can only you can understand his situation. If he's got his family over in Australia and wants to go back, which is fair enough, which is understandable. But it's a shame it's had to happen now. In all honesty, I just think it's a real shame there. But look, that means more minutes for Dimitrik and Leka, and it does for sure, Tahi, bro. It means that we get to see more minutes from the likes of Leka Haliasima, Dimitrik Vamawanga. I think for me this is a bit of a positive. Also, it's a negative that he's gone, but it's a positive because we get to see the likes of Leka and Dimitrik, get more minutes. Off the bench, and they've been very solid off the bench for the first, for the last couple of weeks. So it does mean we'll get to see those two get more minutes, and it also means we will see a shuffle off the bench, especially with Tamari Martin playing probably as a 14, or does Webster go and put Tamari back in the halves with Metcalf and put CHT to 14, because that's the big question. I don't know what Webster's going to do, but as a fan, this is me taking a pot guess and what I think he's going to do. He's probably going to put Tamari as a 14 and, give him minutes. He comes on, plays a bit of hooker, plays in the halves for a bit there. So I think that's what we may see moving forward for me. But I know a lot of people want to see Tamari in the halves with Harris, with Metcalf, but at the moment, like I personally stick with what our halves are at the moment, and that's just the way I see it. But I know a lot of people are so high on Tamari's performance in New South Wales Cup, and don't get me wrong, he's been playing great. It's good to see he's playing great footy there, but I think Tamari is going to be playing off the bench over the next couple of weeks in that 14 spot. But that's the way I think it's going to go at the moment, and we'll see Leka and Halasima get more minutes off the bench. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what Webster does, and I think Webster, he's got a big call to make on what he does with his bench. Because look, I think the last couple of weeks Webster's been getting the bench absolutely spot on and correct after his, after that round one bench rotation flop, in my opinion. So that's the thing. But yeah, hello to Jazz in the chat. Good to see you, Jazz. Kiora Gangwell, another one not honouring their contract. Yeah, it is gutting. It's really disappointing. Jazz, it's just as a Warriors fan, we're used to this, right? We've seen this many years. We sit here, we get excited. Our players here are for the next couple of years. And then they decide they want to head back over to Australia. But that's the thing, and this is the thing. I want the NRL to have a look at the way the contract situation works, because it is frustrating as a fan, right? You think this player's loyal to the club. You can understand their situation. Don't get me wrong. If they want to go back, their families are in Australia, but you're signed for the Warriors to play in New Zealand, and that's pretty simple for me. And that's what I mean. Like, in all due respect, I understand the situation, but you signed to play for the Warriors and you're based in New Zealand for the next couple of years, and that's where you're playing. So I don't know. It's just that's the way I see it personally. But yeah, it is. It's gutting. It's really gutting, no doubt about it, because I think what he's done is a great job for the club in the since he signed for Manly, right? He's done a great job for us. And hello to CJ. I'll take a contract in New Zealand and I'll settle into that life. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, bring your family over to New Zealand. I know it's quite hard to bring family over to New Zealand. It's not an easy thing to do, but look, that's just me being quite honest here. But if you did have family, bring them over to New Zealand. I know it's a difficult thing to do, but yeah, I mean, look, full respect to Dylan Walker. Look, I'm not having a go here, but full respect to Dylan Walker. He's a great player. He's done so much for the club for a number of years. Well, since he's been here, since he signed for Manly, obviously he's a veteran of the game. He's had a lot of experience, but I don't know. It's sort of frustrating. I won't lie. It's sort of frustrating that that he's going immediately, and it's a shame because I'd love to have seen a player just honour that sort of contract to the end of the season. If he goes at the end of the season, then yeah, look, that's what it is. But yeah, probably play this weekend. Yeah, and it makes it just makes our attack worse. Yeah, interestingly, he'll play at the Eels. 700K back in the pocket. Yeah, that's the thing. It sort of gives a bit of money in our salary cap as well. Tahi definitely does on that front there. With the positive is that we do get a bit more money in that salary cap to go after a few players that we would like to go after. And I think the club will definitely have a look at it moving forward. I don't know, like at the moment, it just depends, what the club, how the club feels. Do they look at young players, or do they look at, going after, some experienced players? Because at the moment, I like what we're doing right now, and that's the thing. And yeah, CJ's always a compassionate grounds with the Aussies. Yeah, it definitely is. And look, I know. Look, family is a big thing, and it's understandable. But as a fan, you sort of sit here and you get a little bit frustrated. And I'm going to be a bit one-eyed biased to say this, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I think the NRL need to have a look at this contract situation. I think maybe introduce a bit of a trade window or a trade period. I mean, we've got the NRL's got the talent to do this sort of thing. I think Volandis and Abdo need to have a look at how they run the NRL. Just how they do the NRL contract situation thing. How it is. I just don't like how it is at the moment. I think things need to be looked at there, in my opinion. So. Um, Yeah, I think it's just it, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. You can't look. Look, for me, looking at it, there's a positive to this news as well. With Lecker, and the likes of Laban as well. Look, I think Laban, you just look at him and how he's going in New South Wales Cup. I think Laban also needs to be given an opportunity to start more games. And look, at the moment, Nia Corey starting at the moment. I think, look, he's been okay, but I'd probably have Laban starting in that second row at the moment right now. But yeah, it's really interesting. It's really interesting. But yeah, look, I think what the Warriors are going to do, it's going to be interesting to see how that all plays about. But it is disappointing, no doubt about it. I won't lie on that one. But look, good luck to him. Good luck to him. Good luck to him at the Eels there. All the best to him. But yeah, look, I hope the NRL can have a look at the way this contract situation. It's just frustrating every year as a fan seeing through this. We have a player here that thinks they're going to be here for the rest of the year, and then suddenly they decide, it's over, right? And that's the thing. So, yeah, OC Can't 69 says if these young guys don't play as much, we will lose them. Look at Bunty. Yeah, definitely. Give them more opportunities, give them more game time, because that's the thing. That's the thing. It can be tough for some of these younger players, right? If they're not getting their first grade opportunities. Some of them aren't patient enough to stay and hang around. So I do agree that we need to be giving them more opportunities, and that's what we're doing with Haliasima, Leka Haliasima, and Halasima as well. Halasima and Vamuanga is what I was meant to say there. So yeah. Tahi Bro said, didn't Bunty get injured this week? I'm not too sure on that one, actually. I think, was he named in the New South Wales Cup? I can't remember. I haven't seen the New South Wales Cup side yet, Tahi Bro. I might have to have a look on that one. P. Nels 10 says, agree, Laban should come on to the bench. Well, not on the bench. I think he should be starting over near Corey. And look, I think Nia Corey's been a little bit of hit and miss, to be quite honest. In his performances, he's been okay, but he's not setting the world on fire, to be quite fair. But that's just my view on it. I think Laban should be starting, and we should be seeing more. We're going to be seeing more minutes from Haliasima and Ramoanga off the bench. But yeah, it just makes it more exciting when we play Para. It definitely does. That will be real interesting, no doubt about it, tons. But yeah, I think he had a good debut and he never played again. And another thrown drink bottle that coming up that week. I think Murata has done his job, but that's it. Nothing special. Yeah, well, I'll be completely honest. I don't think he's been doing a lot great. He's doing okay. He's doing his job, but he's not quite setting the world on fire, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, that's just my reaction. My reaction to the news in regards to Dylan Walker granted an early release to join the Parramatta Eels immediately. Look, good luck to Dylan Walker. Just all the best to him. And he's been great for the club. He's had I think he's been a perfect signing. Like I know a lot of people had their doubts. Some people weren't too sure what he was going to bring to the table, and I was a big fan of the sign when he signed for us. But he's done a great job, and yeah, man, I don't know, this mix, just so gutted, right? Just so gutted. We lost. We already lost a young player. To the Dogs. And here I am reacting to the news in regards to Dylan Walker being released early. I didn't think it was going to come by this week. I know there was some rumors last week and talks around it. I was hoping that was just rumors at the end of the day, but here it is. It's confirmed. It's granted. Compassionate grounds returned to Australia immediately to Dylan Walker. And look, full respect to Dylan Walker. He's been great for us. Good luck to him. But man, I do worry. I do worry about our players that Australian-based players that they could decide they want to leave. Right? It won't be long before it could happen again. So nothing's a guaranteed in the NRL. Nothing's guaranteed that a player's going to stay at your club for the next couple of years. Contracts don't often mean anything, to be quite honest. They're just a piece of paper. But yeah, look, he's 30 years old and he's going to bring a lot to the Eels, no doubt about it. So the Eels will be very happy with the signing, but as a Warriors fan, I'm gutted. I'm very sad by this news because I think Dylan's done a great job for us. And that's what I think it is. But yeah, just and here's a comment here. Just Laurie Films. There's rumors someone as per James Maloney pod a couple of days ago that someone in the NRL was way out due to having a feud with a staff and partner. Interesting timing. Jazz is saying here also it seems like on Ocean's separation film that freaks people out. How many immediate releases on compassionate grounds cases do we see from Storm and Queensland teams and from Sydney Oregon folks? Yeah, exactly. Well, it seems to be always us, isn't it? Like it always is us with the Warriors. It's like people you see at compassionate grounds, and it's compassionate grounds when it comes to the Warriors. And I make the joke that we're a compassionate grounds club. We can't seem to keep everyone. And that's it can happen, but you just want to just be sitting here going, oh my God, like how many times it does it happen over the years? So yeah, guys, but make sure you like the video. Make sure you click the thumbs up on the live stream. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Click the like button on the stream if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are a new viewer. Hit that subscribe button, guys. We want to try and get to 3K subscribers. Subscribing is free, guys, and it also does push the content out to more people when it's much appreciated. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button on the live stream. Click that like button. Share the stream around. Share the video. And comment your thoughts if you are watching this back, because this is just my raw reaction, my raw, honest opinion on the news in regards to Dylan Walker being granted an early release on compassionate grounds to return to Australia immediately. But yeah, the timing is not great. The timing is not ideal. Going into this week's game on Sunday against the Tigers, that's not something you want to be reacting to and giving your thoughts on. Ahead of a game on Sunday, that's for sure. But it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. It's a shame it's happened, but yeah, good luck to Dylan Walker. All the best. But yeah, look, very, 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 very gutted. Honestly, very gutted. Honestly disappointed. But it's next man up mentality, next player up mentality. Dylan. Next up mentality. Sam Healy, Tamari Martin, Whamawanga. Halasima. It's up to these players to come. Step up if they get longer minutes now, which they will do. But yeah, it's up to those players to step up. Next player up mentality, guys. Next player up mentality. So yeah, but yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up, guys. No Walker. What's next? Ali Aleka to the Finns. Well, I don't want to be thinking about that. GT. I don't want to be thinking about that because, boy, that'll be dreadful thinking about that if that happens. Yeah, man. We just need to make sure that we can be able to keep these players. It's not easy to keep these players, no doubt about it. But try and make them feel like they're at home. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a real shame there. But Valverde is the main man to sub in for Walker. Yeah, look, he could be. He could definitely do that role if he needs to. We've got some good young talent there. There's some positives I know it feels like there are a lot of negatives after this news, but there are some young players that can come in, get more minutes, play more, play longer. Produce more big performances on the field. So yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. But guys, that wraps it up. Make sure you like the video, click the thumbs up button on the video, share this video around, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, good luck to Dylan Walker. Like I said there, all the best to him. In all due respect, yeah, he's done a great job for the club for the years he's been with us. But yeah, look, obviously, it's on to the next one, on to the next player up mentality. And yeah, we'll see what happens with what Webby does. We'll see what happens, what Webster does moving forward. But yeah, guys, up the wires, go the Warriors. We'll see you guys later on tonight for another live stream. We'll go to the live stream later on tonight, so you'll see you guys all there for that one. And yeah, maybe we'll give a bit more of a bit of a take because I've got a special guest on to have a chat, all things Warriors. So yeah, looking forward to Sunday, guys. Looking forward to Sunday afternoon against the Tigers, guys. Go and check out the preview as well that I did with Aaron Thompson from Westlife Podcast. If you haven't checked that out already, he did a Warriors Tigers preview last night. So go and give that one a watch. And also my NRL tips that I did with the live stream as well. So 2 live streams yesterday that I did. So go and give that a watch if you haven't done so already. But make sure you like this video, share this video around, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, Dylan Walker is being released immediately to pursue another opportunity in Australia. But have a good one, everyone, and up the wires.